ago, the New York Times published an article about a children's TV show in Denmark that aims to counter the impact of all the perfect bodies young people see on social media. The TV show, called Ultra Strips Down, does this by having adults of various age, shape, and color stand naked in front of children. And the kids are then invited to ask the adults questions about their bodies. Now, this is done, of course, with the parents' permission, and the children can leave if they feel uncomfortable. Maybe this is a little bit shocking for you. A shocking concept to some people here in North America. But the Danish perspective is that it can help ease children's anxieties over body image by exposing them to real bodies as they are. So we wanted to dig deeper into that. So we've invited a panel of women on to discuss this. Joining us is Sarah Nicole Landry, who you might know as the Bird's Papaya on social media. Her content is all about normalizing bodies and spreading self-love. We also have parenting expert Sophie Munster joining us all the way from Copenhagen, Denmark. She's here to share the Danish parenting perspective. And our own beauty expert, Shobana Lakavalli, who's also creating a body-positive space on her social media and is candid about her own journey with her body image. Thank you for joining me. Now, all three of you are moms. I'd love to start by asking all of you this. Do your kids see you naked? Why or why not? And does it depend on age? Shobana, I'm going to start with you.
Sure. So Sophia definitely sees me naked. I mean, I just stopped breastfeeding her a year and a half ago, and until then we were half naked all the time together. so it's quite natural. And I think it's important for her to see another female body other than her own, to ask questions, to be curious, to be comfortable. And my goal is to equip her with the language and the tools to be able to talk about her own body, right? Whether there's something wrong with it. Like the other day, she complained that her vagina was itchy. And I'm like, okay, good to know. You know, it's a symptom that we might want to check out. Especially also with their sexual assault on the rise, too. It's always around. So I would want her to talk to me about that, and I want to equip her with the tools. And whatever the future looks like, it depends on whether she wants more privacy or I want more privacy, but I'm always just looking to learn.
Okay, I love that. Sophie, how about you? I'm going to assume that, yes, nakedness is okay in your home.
Yes, it is. But it's not something I make an effort to make happen. It's not something I make an effort to prevent. It's just natural. It's something that happens. I have a teenager. I don't remember last time she saw me naked, maybe because she doesn't want it. But it's not something I make an effort to prevent. It's okay that they see me naked, yes.
Yeah, I hear that. There's this idea that if you are naked, it's something you're intentional about. No, maybe you're just walking from the shower to the closet.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. Well,
exactly.
Sarah, you have 3 kids and a 4th on the way. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Your 3 are old enough to be aware of body image and possibly have their own anxieties around it. So how open is the discussion of bodies in your home?
I mean, I've always been really open about my own, whether it was normalizing talking about your period or just right now my body is changing so much. And my youngest is 10. So I've got teenagers and older kids and I've got boys and girls. So this really has been like, it's just been something I've been really open and honest about. And then I've allowed them to kind of guide whether or not they kind of see me or not. If they knock on the door and I'm like, just changing, you're welcome to come in. So I would say from my 3 kids, there's one that's been really curious about my changing body and has been really open with me and like sharing some of that. But other than that, they're kind of at the age where they've chosen kind of to step away from it. But I didn't really create that line.
Yeah, and I think that's okay, too. Like, I'll jump in here as well. I've got a 12-year-old boy and a 10-year-old girl, and I'm all about not putting on clothes. It's just so restrictive. So my husband's kind of the same way. So I said to my son, I'm like, we're going to be talking about nakedness on Cityline. He's like, what do you think? Because I noticed that you're kind of weird now when I come out of the shower and I go, like, all the way up 3 floors. And he goes, I'm okay with it. He goes, I just make my eyes go blurry if you have no clothes on. I go, oh, okay.
I love that.
So you're not okay with it. Whereas my girl, she's like, you know, we do changing competition. She wants to look at my underwear. She's like all in there in my belly. Like she is very comfortable with the naked form. So I'm going to get now to the Danish TV show that sparked this conversation, and it's gotten some mixed reactions. Some think it's vulgar, others think it's good because it's about seeing the body as natural, not sexualized. So Shobana and Sarah, What were your reactions when you read about it? Shobana, you can start.
So when I read about it, I was first in shock, and then I thought to myself, this is so brilliant. It's so brilliant because at 11 to 13, I guess that was the audience age, they're thinking about their sexuality. If they're not already sexually active, they're going through puberty. So why not communicate to them when they're listening? Like, as a parent, I've learned that my kid is the boss, and I need to talk to her when she's listening, not when I feel like it's the appropriate time to teach her. And so I love the platform that it creates. And I think that it's more enlightening than vulgar. You know, we're inundated with sexuality and images everywhere, and this allows us to control the body image in front of our kids. I think it's brilliant. I loved it.
Sarah, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, to be honest, at first I think it is a little bit shocking, but you kind of have to peel back the layers from that shock, right? For a lot of it is because we've identified a naked body as sexual. So for me, and kind of the last couple of years, really leaning in towards being a much more sex positive type of person and parent, and recognizing a lot of these fears stem from, you know, these shame secrets, these things that kind of like hide in the dark. And the own reasons that I felt really, you know, upset about my own body was because I didn't see normal ones represented. And let's be real, kids are going to see images of naked bodies at some point. Why not make it a more normalized body that they see before they're kind of introduced to an industry of very curated ones?
100%. Sophie, I'd love to hear your perspective as a Danish parent on Ultra Strips Down. What has been the reaction to the show in Denmark? Is it considered shocking or absolutely not?
Well, I have to say absolutely not. I hadn't heard about the program until the New York Times wanted me to talk about it. And I'm like, what is that program? And then I researched it, and I found out that it's actually the second season that just premiered. So there's been a first season I've never heard of. There was no debate, no reaction, because it's so natural to us. Of course, kids have to see naked bodies if you want them to get a healthy body image. If you don't show it, how would they get it? So basically, it just kind of made sense, and it's kind of the way we think about parenting, I guess. So there's been no reaction, really.
Yeah, I need to move there. Shobana, you shared a post on Instagram recently about feeling self-conscious wearing color because you might have put on some weight and the outfit showed a belly button shadow. I know the shadow. I have it today. It's not stripping down naked in front of a room full of children, but it's still very vulnerable all the same. So tell us about your decision to sort of go down that road, share that photo, and what you hope to contribute to the conversation.
Absolutely. I really want to help normalize what we see as the real body, what we see as the normal body. I feel like there's this one body type out there, and I think it's time to change that, whether it's like the shape, the size, or where you are in your life. Maybe you're pregnant, maybe it's postpartum, maybe when you're older. I think a lot of women suffer in silence and they feel ashamed. And when I post my own images that I might be feeling insecure about, I know that there is a tribe of women out there that are going to say, me too. Thank you for normalizing it. I thought I was the only one. Like someone the other day said, I thought I was the only one with stretch marks on my chest. Like, really? So many of us have them, right? And for me, I continue to do this because I feel like the little impacts you make, the aha moments that you create for other people starts like a domino effect. That same day that I posted that image, I was thinking about it, and I actually saw Sarah post on her stories about her belly button shadow, sharing Mindy Kaling and her belly button shadow. I'm like, it's a thing. I'm going to post about it. People like Sarah have pioneered that because I really think by seeing her and other pioneers, it made me comfortable to be like, you know what, there's a platform to talk about this. There's people that are listening, and so that's why I decided to do it.
They learn from us. So Shobana, keep it up. And Sarah, keep it up. And Sophie, keep being Danish. I love everything that you all have contributed to the conversation. Thank you so much.